childhood education, but I volunteered at a summer camp over the summer, and I realized that that was a lot more work than I had anticipated. And these are some of the pictures of me working with the counselors. So basically, after my experience at camp, I then decided to do my project on the wheelchair accessibility of East Longmeadow. And these are some of the people whom I consulted with. Paul Federici is a selectman for the town of East Longmeadow. Susan Peterson is the director of the East Longmeadow Town Hall Library. Valerie Fletcher is director of IHCD, Institute for Human-Centered Design. Willow Crolius and Stacy Hart are also part of IHCD. So the best way for everyone here to see the accessibility issues in the town is through a video that I created, so we'll play that now. On October 30th, I went to Boston, to the Institute for Human-Centered Design, where I met director Valerie Fletcher and her associate Willow Crolius. The Institute designs accessible buildings all over the world to make sure buildings are accessible for everyone.
We have two core, beliefs that drive all the work that we do. The first one is that design is powerful. Design really has a great influence on all people. And through design, you can influence people's sense of confidence, comfort, and control within an environment.
That's so true.
And the second thing is that variation in human ability is ordinary. If we all live long enough, we will have some type of functional limitation. And as designers and as the creators of things, we need to create things that accommodate that, because that's the human reality.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's sort of silly that there's like so much stuff that's made out there for this perceived norm when, people don't fit into that box. Like, let's make things that work for people, right? Yeah. That's what I want to do, so, that's why.
The reason for my visit was to meet people with the same goal, which is to make a difference for people with disabilities and provide equal access for everyone. But 90% of the time, because of my disability, I have to ask others to do things for me. So, for someone in a wheelchair, depending on your disability, they might have shorter arms and limb stuff. So even if you could get closer, they might not be able to reach this. They have put in another button, and this one's actually really nice because for people in wheelchairs, it's at their height, so I'm able to press it myself, and I don't have to have anyone help me. So why isn't it working? I want to make the public aware of the struggles people in wheelchairs have maneuvering through buildings that aren't accessible. Hi, Pauline.
I work here now.
I see that. I was just wondering if I could get a recycle sticker.
Sure. Actually, they like you to put one on both sides of the recycle bin, so I'll give you two.
Oh, thank you. So this is the Tack Office, and as you can see, one, they don't have an accessible door button, so I would have to have I would have to have someone with me. Living in a community, you are expected to do certain duties as a citizen. A person in a wheelchair may have difficulty getting a dog license, getting a dump sticker, or paying taxes. Hi. So I was just wondering if I could get a dog license.
Yes, you can. What we would need to see from you is a current rabies certificate and something showing that the dog has been licensed, neutered, or spayed.
And also, I'm looking to get a dump sticker.
Okay, a dump sticker has to be gotten from the Department of Public Works, which is upstairs. And what we usually do is call somebody down for residents that can't make the stairs.
So this is the way upstairs, and upstairs, if someone in a wheelchair wanted to go get a dump sticker, they couldn't, because obviously there's you see that there's a convenient set of stairs right there. I met with Selectman Paul Federici to discuss town hall accessibility issues. So, would you consider East Meadow to be a relatively accessible town?
Well, after some of the questions you asked me, no. I thought it was, but to be honest with you, you've enlightened me as to a lot of issues that we have and things I never even thought of, which is awful to say, but not being in your position, I never, there's certain things that I wouldn't even think of, like when you were talking about town hall and actually getting into each individual office. That never even crossed my mind. Getting in the front door is one thing, but getting in each individual office, I never even thought of. So
exactly.
So you enlightened me in that regard.
What's the plan to renovate the town hall?
As it stands now, we have a 3-phase plan over 3 years. I know they want to make the bathrooms handicap accessible, and I know in the final year, one of their plans is to put an elevator in. So, because right now, anyone who can't climb stairs cannot make it to the second floor. So, that's important. And after what we discussed, I've been in contact with the head of the DPW to talk about things like entrance into each office and things, as far as also being ADA compliant. Because once again, like I said, I never even thought of that. So. So hopefully when we're all done, it'll be fully accessible to anyone.
An able-bodied person can do most things in the town independently because everything is accessible to them. If I can do things independently, it makes me feel good. Like, hey, I did this myself. The main thing I came away with is that there is still a lot of work to be done. Many people have the same goals as I do. IHCD employs user experts to visit buildings and evaluate the accessibility and determine what works and what doesn't work. I want to educate the public, and hopefully they will realize the issues people in wheelchairs face. That's what I want to do. I want to go around and visit places to determine if they are accessible and tell people what needs to be done. Thank you everyone for your time. Special thank you to Mr. Mackey for helping me put this video together. Questions or comments?
First of all, I want to introduce myself. I apologize for not introducing myself when you first came in. My name is Jennifer Macarini, and first of all, that was wonderful. Your presentation was great, and I just did have a couple questions. You had mentioned that when you had done the summer camp that it was a little harder work than you thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And I was just curious what was harder about it than you thought it would.
Well, I think just like, because I had never, obviously I had never been in that realm of environment before, and I was never used to like working with special needs kids. So it was just kind of like learning what they're about and like learning how to handle them.
Okay. Thank you.
I have a question too. I'm Julie Stark. What was your favorite part of the project of doing this?
You stole my question.
It was a team effort.
Honestly, my favorite part of the project, even though it was a lot of work, probably putting the video together.
Yeah, it's a great video.
Thank you.
Yeah, I found myself watching the video and thinking about the other folks that are sitting here with us. And I didn't want to take my eyes off it to even look at it, but I wanted to get a sense of their responses because I felt like I was sitting here with my jaw on the floor. And the honest reason for that is there are so many things that we take for granted.
Absolutely.
And you have done a good job of reminding me not to do that. And I really want to thank you for that because this video and your presentation, and I've done this, kiddo, I've listened to a lot of presentations over the last 3 years, and yours is phenomenal.
Thank you.
I mean, it's really, really good. But for me, the selfish takeaway is you re-educated me.
That was my whole goal of the project.
Well, I can tell you what, sweetheart, you accomplished it with me, for sure.
Thank you.
And I just want to share one thing with you. I do a lot of reading and I talk to a lot of different kids, as you know, every day. And one of the things that we talk about a lot with some of my kids is the difference between being successful and significant. And I think not just through your project, but through the way you live your life, you're both. And the reason that you are and will be significant is because you're giving other people a chance to be successful and to access all of the things that you want to be able to access. So I'm really thankful that I got to sit in on this. It was beautiful. It was awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Emma.
Good stuff, kid.